Wherever I go, the wind follows, and the wind smells like rain. Or maybe that's just the leaky pipe in the apartment upstairs. Hard to tell in this city. Name's Spider-Man Noir, but you can call me... Well, actually, I don't have time for pleasantries. I'm working on a case, a real head-scratcher. See, the bosses at Second Dinner dropped a new card on the streets. Me. Cost 4, power 6. But here's the rub. My ability? It's picky, requires precision. I don't just work with anyone. I need the total cost of my crew on the board to equal exactly 8. Not 7, not 9, 8. You missed the mark, and I'm just a vanilla 4-drop in a trench coat. You hit the mark. I pull the top card of your deck, slap it on the board, and set its power to 8. What's up, YouTube? Hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how Spider-Man Noir got into my house, but yeah, what are you going to do? So today we are talking this new card and built a Patriot deck to feature it. And while Spider-Man Noir is inconsistent and relatively weak, it can have some high rolls. But overall, I actually found this deck to be just fun to play on its own. Nice to play a deck that's a little less tech heavy. And I think that you'll enjoy this gameplay as well. So first, let's get into the elevator pitch. When I was trying to think of potential homes for Spider-Man Noir, Zoo came to mind, but also Patriot seemed like a natural home because you're already playing stuff like Squirrel Girl, maybe Mr. Sinister, Debris, especially the new Debris is, 3/7. It's going to give you 2 extra bodies, and that's good for getting you to the 8 that you need for Spider-Man Noir. So in this deck, sometimes you're going to go, your 1 into a 2 into a Debris, or you're going to play a 1 into a Mr. Sinister into a regular 3, meaning a Patriot or a Red Guardian. Sometimes you can even burn a Mystique if you have Spider-Man Noir in hand, but that's the general plan to get to Spider-Man Noir, and then from there you're hoping to just high roll, and then maybe at the end of the game play a Patriot, play a Mystique, maybe even a Moonstone's on the board already, and we just overwhelm them with our rocks and all of our no abilities cards. That's the pitch. Let's get into the card by card. If you're enjoying the video so far, please go ahead and subscribe. Getting really close to 1,000 subscribers now. We're up over 850, and that's awesome. Thank you all so much. But for more videos like this, subscribe to keep the channel going. All right, first card, we've got Quicksilver. And Quicksilver I find to be pretty important because it's nice to get that ball rolling, know that you have a 1. Playing the card on turn 1 is most critical to getting Spider-Man Noir to go off because we have a couple different 2s that can get us there. We've got different 3 combinations, but if we don't have that 1, everything kind of messes up the math. So I do like having this. For a while, it was the only 1-drop I was playing, but I ended up pivoting to Squirrel Girl because this can enable different play lines based on what you've drawn. Having 1 card be 3 bodies is very helpful, on top of the bodies obviously being buffable by the Patriot. I think Squirrel Girl is good to have just to fill in curves and even play at the end of the game if you need to, just to fill up those locations. And you want to do that because Dazzler's here as well. Dazzler's great because Moonstone's in the deck, but also with Patriot in this deck in particular, you're just clogging up your own side of the board. Dazzler gives you a little bit of extra bonus for doing so. It's not a ton of power, at most it's going to be a 2/8, but that's fine. We'll take a 2/8, and with Moonstone, it can be even more if you need it to be. Next up, Mr. Sinister. It's 2 bodies. We're also trying to think about cards that would be great coming out from Spider-Man Noir. In this set of gameplay, never happened to me, but it can happen, and then you get, 2 8s coming down. So 16 plus 6, 422 for Spider-Man Noir in that situation. But otherwise, the Sinister clone gets buffed by Patriot, and it helps you do the math to get up to the Noir 8. Then we have Zombie Mr. Fantastic. This card's cool because it's basically a 2 that brings you a body to be buffed by Patriot. The Horde does not count against, your number because it's a 0. So that doesn't count towards your 8, and that can be a good thing because now you know what you have in this 2-drop. Also, its activate ability can very often buff 4 things because you're going to have a lot of rocks and Sinister clones and Squirrels.
whatever it is, this can actually become a 2/8 like it says on the tin. It just doesn't always happen. This is one of those decks where it can happen pretty consistently. So I do like this card in here, even without any other Horde synergy, obviously. Mystique's here to copy the Patriot. It can also copy Dazzler if you're in a pinch. The other thing I use it for is sometimes we want to play a 3 that doesn't spawn bodies, and so sometimes I just play Mystique like that if we know we're going to have Spider-Man Noir coming. Don't be afraid to do that if you really think you can get a nice high roll. Also, sometimes Spider-Man Noir, if you play a Patriot on 3, can bring back a Mystique. It will then copy the Patriot because the Noir has not resolved yet, so that's a play you can do if you get lucky. Brood's here pretty much for the end of the game. You could play it alongside a Patriot on turn 6, or if it comes out from a Spider-Man Noir, you have the potential for 3 8-power bodies on the board. You'd have to obviously play the Noir in an empty lane to do so, but that's something that can happen. A lot of times I'm too clogged up to even play Brood, so maybe this is something else in the future, especially since it doesn't really help your math to get to 8 because it's 9 all on its own. Patriot, obviously, Patriot deck. This is here. It's got a lot of bodies to buff. I don't think this card is particularly strong. Obviously, people don't really play it much anymore, but surprising number of games I won without ever seeing Spider-Man Noir just on the back of Patriot Moonstone or Patriot Mystique, and lots of bodies. We're just clogging up the board, man. It can get the job done. Red Guardian, I needed at least a little bit of tech. This deck has no other real way to interact. We got no Shang. It ended up coming down to, do I want Red Guardian or do I want Shadow King? And at the end of the day, I thought Shadow King might be too difficult to play alongside Spider-Man Noir because I don't want to be taking that card down from an 8. And also I don't want to hit, maybe my Fantastic buffs or whatever it is. Red Guardian actually pulled its weight here a lot. We hit Dracula's, we hit, Victoria hands. So this card still has a lot of targets in this meta, and I do think it's a really good fit. Debris here because it is 5 power or 5 energy towards your Spider-Man Noir, and obviously the rocks are good for Patriot, and that body's huge now, 3/7, plus you're getting the bonus from the rocks, filling up boards for Dazzler. Debris is just really good. Even though you're not clogging them, I'd rather have the stats on the body. Moonstone's here because Patriot. It can also incidentally get you some Dazzler, extra Dazzler buffs. And that's cool, but it's okay coming out of Noir. It's only +2 power, but I think Moonstone's good because it can give you those little bit extra you need to go over the top. And finally, of course, Spider-Man Noir. You're gonna have to watch the video to see some of the play lines, but I mean, you can imagine if you're playing Quicksilver and then you play just a regular 2 that doesn't spawn any bodies, you still need 5, which means you need a Debris to play on 3. Sometimes locations can screw you over. The thing about this card is sometimes you don't draw it and then it's bad. Sometimes you do draw it and what it brings back isn't that great and then it's bad. And sometimes you just don't draw the correct number of pieces to get to the math you need to even play this and have the on reveal trigger effectively. Those are a lot of fail cases, and I think that's what overall makes this card not amazing. But to me, I don't care about amazing, I care about fun, and this deck is really fun. Even when this doesn't go off, the deck is still fun, so I urge you to watch this gameplay. I ended up going from, I was at 2500 Infinite when I started, and I'm all the way down. I was at 1500 and now I'm at 1600, so almost 1000 SP climbing, and it can get the job done. It's not amazing, it's fun, and it can be effective. So check out the gameplay, let me know what you think, and we'll be back to wrap it up. Maybe Spider-Man Noir will show up again, we'll see. So we're safe to play Quicksilver into deep space. Right now we're lining up to have 5. So Quicksilver, Sinister, Patriot right now is the play line. We'll see if we get Spider-Man Noir. So we now have 2 different possibilities. We can go Sinister into Patriot, or we can go Zombie Mr. Fantastic into Debris. Guess I'd rather hide Patriot if I can. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, Debris should be able to win his Hollow pretty easily. Unfortunately, we do not find Noir. Save Red Guardian. I think we just play Brood out. Nice. So now we should probably snap on the Red Guardian on Drac. Suppose we'll play Dazzler. Okay. Well, we did the thing, just not the Noir thing. Let's play Quicksilver over here. Do we have any Noir curve? So this would put us to 5 and then Patriot. So yeah, we have a Noir curve. Okay. Quicksilver, Sinister, and then any non-Debris or Brood 3. Which basically means Red Guardian or Patriot. Okay, Penny's an issue. Man Spider, we cannot outscale really. We can we can Red Guardian maybe. But we don't really want to hit the Penny. You want to save this for Man Spider? Okay. I'm glad we didn't Red Guardian. So now Noir here gives us a chance at Moonstone or Mystique for the Patriot. Let's see. I mean, we're gonna actually hit one, so let's see what happens. That's okay. There have been worse hits. Ooh, it's gonna be a big torch someday. Okay, Mystique. Can't really play. Could Red Guardian. I don't hate hitting the torch that way. Ooh, they got a Noir. And a Gwenpool. Nice. Mystique, debris, zombie. Eh. Not the most confident in the world. They've got a grip full of cards with Mr. Fantastic First Steps, reductions and buffs, and Gwenpool buff. But we've got a debris. So who's really scared here? It's me. Alright, stick, Mystique. Okay, somehow we still win. Would have been a lot easier if that Mystique had stuck around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got a nice curve. So if we can find the Noir, we'll see. I was definitely expecting that to hit Spider-Man Noir, just because why would I not have that happen? We don't mind getting a rock. So let's play Dazzler over here. Okay. Mill deck. Firehair Mill. Haven't seen that in a while. I guess now we might as well give him a rock. Hold on. We want to just Red Guardian the Firehair. It's not going to take anything this turn into effect, but they're going to set up for a Misery maybe, so... Yeah. Hopefully they don't hit our Spider-Man Noir. We don't hit it anyway. Debris. Maybe we go debris here. They're gonna Misery over here though. Yeah. Okay. What do we got left? 2 cards. 1 card. So we'll know what they have. They have our Moonstone and our Noir. 4, 5, 6, 7. They do not have exactly what they need right now for Noir. Sinister. Patriot? Then we just Mystique and then Brood. We won't fill up deep space, but it's decent.
All systems go.
Does this deck play Enchantress? Gambit? I don't know. I feel okay about this. They've got Moonstone. 4, 7. Yeah, they can't Noir. I'm only adding 3 to the middle. And I'm only adding 4 to the right. What are they playing middle? Is it Gambit? Killmonger. Well, that's brutal. Okay. Survived the Killmonger. So here's the thing. I don't really want the Destroyer, but also I can't beat the Destroyer. I got no Shang or any way to get rid of that. So I guess we'll try to play for it. Okay. Domino. So this sets us up for Noir. Oh, no, it doesn't. Because we're destroying. But, okay. Whatever. Sorry, my friend. We just play it anyway. It's the best thing we could be doing right now. Oh, I can Red Guardian that. Wonder if they're moving it. Maybe just Moonstone. Yeah. Okay, they moved it. Cool. Nice, they got one. And a Viv. Interesting. No Patriot. I guess we're just brooding. There's a chance they ignore middle because of my Moonstone. And I can just win it with this Red Guardian. And then we'll do Fanta. Okay, they did not ignore it. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Well, that was a little chaotic, but got the win. Top 100 player. Okay. Buckle in. Quicksilver, Sinister, if we get one of our generic 3s. Okay. Setting up for a Noir if we can draw it. Now that we have the Red Guardian. We hit their Noir. They hit our Moonstone. Worth a snap, I guess. Alright, we'll start with Quicksilver. Maybe I want to get an extra Quicksilver in case we need to smooth this out. Okay. Just play Sinister over here. We can Red Guardian. Maybe we'll draw Noir then. Okay, we can Red Guardian that for sure. Hopefully we have priority though. It might be more difficult. Keep priority? We keep priority. Snap on that. Get an extra Red Guardian too. For Drac maybe. Or Colonel America or something. Ooh, no. At least they're capped on gambits now. Okay, we could do a little cheeky play here. Go Quicksilver into Noir. Actually, yeah. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Darn it.
All systems go.
One of the bad hits. They ate their Drac. Okay. Patriot. Let's see if that's enough. Conchuing. Okay. Nice. That's a good one. I'm gonna go Squirrel Girl. Higher probability we draw into one of our twos. Okay. Leave this open for some rocks or something. Well, this Brood's pretty much worthless now. Guess we'll just hit the Celine. Okay. No, 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 no. Patriot. Then we go Moonstone. Okay. I was thinking Cannonball probably. One of the rare opening hands with Noir. Right now we have the possibility of a Debris could get us into Noir cleanly. Do we want to do Sinister or Fantastic? Sinister, we could just waste the Mystique and get there. Let's go for it. Red Guardian would be awesome. Yeah, let's just go for this. Okay, Noir it is. It's not bad. Power Stone though, would have preferred the Merlin, but that's cool. Dazzler. Okay, Kiddo, Thanos. Of course, we did not draw the Patriot. We just gotta represent like we have the Patriot. And they haven't snapped, so. Okay. Surprised they didn't activate Kid Omega. That changes the math. We need 5. If we ignore that and play Sinister, it's going to give us 6. It's not great. Free energy. 2, 3. Huh. I think we're kind of giving up on Noir. Play a Dazzler. Oh, it's a Morgan Le Fay deck, it seems. Ooh. Another Patriot's nice. Guess we'll do this for Moonstone possibilities. Got their Morgan. Phoenix Force. Okay. Different. I get an extra demon out of that. Considering snapping here. Yeah, they just have a demon in hand and we have 3 Patriots.
So go ahead, give the deck a spin. You never know what you might enjoy. Just remember, we don't pick the ballroom, we just dance.